Well, good morning, friends. Haven't been making too many videos on the channel lately. Been kind of just enjoying life without looking in through the camera lens, the phone lens, videotaping, but kind of been in a moment. I thought I would do an introductory video on my new to me 1978 FLH Shovelhead. Picked this bike up on the 20th of July, about 3 days ago, and I absolutely love it. I've been wanting a Shovelhead for the longest time. It's always been a dream bike of mine. While I do love the panheads and the shovel and the knuckleheads, flatheads, and all of that, there's nothing to me like the sound of a shovel and the look of the shovel. I just love it. I just really love it. I love the generator shovels, a little more coin out of your pocket for those, but this one is just a beautiful bike. I had my sights set on the Shovelhead for a long time. When I first started building my Biscayne, which is on my channel as well, she's sitting right here behind me. The gentleman that did the car, I was talking to him as he was building the car, and I was telling him, oh man, I really love to get a Shovelhead. And he's like, well, I got one. If you want it, it's yours. And at the time, I was dumping a lot of money into this Biscayne, and you know, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't justify taking more money out on top of all the money that went into the car, and at that time spending the money. But I did reach out to him, and he said that he does still have it, but he rebuilt it himself, and it's one of his favorite bikes. So I'm happy for him. He seems to be really enjoying the bike. And I'm loving this bike, I'll be honest with you. So anyway, it's a 1978. If you don't know, 1978 happens to be an anniversary year for Harley Davidson's 75th anniversary. And you can see right here on the bike, it has Harley Davidson 75th anniversary Electra Glide. The thing is, and this is through my research, and correct me if I'm wrong, not every 78 bike is an anniversary bike. There's actually a special anniversary edition, an anniversary model of the 78, and it happens to be black with gold rims and the gold badging. And in looking up the particulars of these anniversary bikes, they said that some dealers actually added decals like the one I just showed you on the fender at the dealership, and also just, you know, people like you and me who own them wanted to put it on their bikes as well. So I don't know if it was done at the dealer. I don't know if there's a way of me finding out if it was done at the dealer. Probably not. But either way, it matches perfectly. The bike is a original paint bike. There is a little bit of touch up on the bike, but I don't know if you could see there's a flake in the paint. Actually, V-twin. Actually, there are little areas that were touched up, I think, if you look close, but for the most part, it's great, man. It sounds great. I haven't kicked it over, haven't tried to kick it over, but rode it very little bit so far. I have an appointment Friday to have it registered and get the plates for it. And hopefully there is, which was my last video, even though it was a crappy day and not a big turnout, at Evermore Coffee Roasters in Burlington, New Jersey, there's a bike, carbs and coffee, and I'm hoping to ride it there. So anyway, let's just talk about this. So the bike has, the tank is absolutely beautiful inside, clean as a whistle, you know, no rot, no rust rather, I should say, no flaking of like tank line, no sign of a tank liner that was in there. I haven't checked to see what kind of carb is on here, but the choke is here on the bike. And from what I understand, and again, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, the choke is supposed to be here in the middle. And I don't remember if I said it, but I'm happy that it actually has the Harley Davidson Speedo, although it's a little bit banged up, you know, flaky inside. But yeah, so I'm gonna look into that. I mean, I would love to put it back to the way it's supposed to be. The thing I really like, actually, is the seat. Come to learn, well, first I'll tell you that the bike, according to the gentleman that I bought it from, he said that he got the bike from Rhode Island. He doesn't know if it was the original owner of the bike, but that the guy was an upholsterer, and he made his own seat for the bike, which I thought was pretty cool, because nobody's gonna have this exact seat. And I think it looks great, and I think it's a perfect style for the bike. And yeah, so it's got passenger pegs on the back. I'm not gonna be riding the passenger. My wife doesn't ride with me. She's afraid of the bike. She's been on my motorcycle I'll say 2 times probably, and we're married coming up on 20 years. So figure that out. I don't think this is original, like the coil setup here. I know Mo, hopefully he seems to watch all the videos of his followers, and I'm sure he'll see this one, especially with the thumbnail being a shovel head, and he'll tell me if this is original, but I don't think so. I know they had a conversion that people did where it was like a 3. I'm not well versed, but from like a 3 ohm or whatever, I don't know what you would call it, is stock, and they upgraded to 5, I'm not really sure. But it has an oil cooler, so Lockhart oil cooler, obviously aftermarket. And it's just, I think the bike is dynamite. Seems to have like the stock mirrors on it, the way it would come. I don't know if these are the stock bars. I'm not really sure what I want to do, but I toy with the idea of taking the lights off the spots and the turn signals here, and just leaving the nacelle with the headlight, and maybe putting some baby apes on it. I'm not really sure. One thing I know for sure is I'm not doing anything to it until I ride it, enjoy it, and then I'll start seeing where I go with it. It's got the kick start and electric start. I think they started doing that in, somebody again will correct me, in 70 or maybe 69 was the first year for electric start. I don't know, but she started right up. I rode her down the road when I took her home. She's registering 58,405 miles on it. Is it original? I don't know. But one thing I know, this bike is going to be a permanent member of the family. My son, who's 16, absolutely loves it, which I'm sure people have kids at that age, if they love anything that their parents have or get or are into, that's a big thing. But he loves it. I thought he was gonna make fun of it that it was brown, but he didn't. He loves the color, and I do as well. So it is absolutely cold. I haven't started this thing since I brought it home and rode it into the garage. Haven't started it since, which was, what, 2 days ago? I think this might be the third day. So what I'm gonna do in a second is I'm gonna start it for you guys. As you can see here, I got my 98 Softail Custom. This was the first bike I ever got. I bought it used in 1999 with 1,492 miles on it. And this has been on the channel, but it's got under 4,000 miles on it, because I did wind up, after buying it, buying a 2001 Fat Boy, and this one just sat. And then here I have the 2025 Road Glide, which I got last year on the trip home from Sturgis, trip down to Sturgis. There's a big story on that on my channel. Took the badges off of the bike with the rubber wheel. Got all the wax, not wax, the adhesive off, so that worked out perfectly. And did a good job. So I'm gonna be putting new. I haven't done anything to this bike really, so I'm gonna be putting new badges on the side. So let's pause a second and let's see if I can get this thing going. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna put the fuel on. Oop, nope. Fuel is on in this position, I believe. Right? I believe that's where it's on. And I'm gonna give it, hold on a second. She's in neutral. I'm gonna put in the run position. I'm gonna give it a couple of pumps. fuel. And let's see. Oh, it would help if I turn this on, right? Here we go. She stalled out, but she started. All right, well, there you have it. Everything went good. My 78 shovel head. Hopefully we will have a video attached to this at the Evermore Roasters Carbs and Coffee. Getting it, like I said, registered on Friday. Gonna ride it around a little bit, get a little confidence in it, and hopefully take it over there. It's about a 40-minute ride. So wish me luck, and thanks for checking out the video, and God bless. I was leaking out of this gauge here. See it dropping down. I think it blows as I'm riding right onto the pipe here, and it smokes. And yeah, I don't know if I can just tighten that bolt underneath there, right there. Messing around with it. I'm on the side of the road. But I let it cool down a little bit before, only a couple of minutes, and I was able to get further down the road. I was on the road that turned up to Wawa, so I'll let it cool down over here, see if I can limp it back home. Okay, so as you may have seen in the video, I was stuck on the side of the road. I was able to limp it back home and push it into the garage. I Googled a lot of things on the side of the road, and sometimes that could be helpful, sometimes that could drive you crazy. I tried pushing as far as I could, because certain things they told me online were, you're gonna have a catastrophic failure, do not start the bike, you have a thermal lockdown, or I've never heard of any of these things. So anyway, they very well might be true, but I don't know. So I was a little too far from home to push it, and I wasn't calling for help and this and that. And I said a prayer, and I made it home. So I did make it to Cars and Coffee, and I'm going to insert a clip right after this, and you'll see a little bit of that. But I do have someone lined up to look at the bike that's well trained, and an old school mechanic that's worked on these bikes. He's a Harley mechanic by trade, and it's already set up for him to take it in, go through it, check everything on, there is to check on it. I'm waiting on, I don't know if it's going to be delivered today. It says it is, but I find that to be not true all the time when they give you an estimated time. And I did order the book service manual on this bike, so I'm going to check into some things myself, try to learn about it as much as possible, and we'll take it from there. So hopefully you'll stick around and enjoy the Cars and Coffee clip, and I'll keep you updated on the shovel. Thanks, and here we go. I guess I should tell you what happened. As I rode the bike was riding great. I noticed that after riding it about, I don't know, I would have to say, let's just say 15 minutes, if that. The bike just had no power. I was twist the throttle, had no power, and it shut itself off. So coasted it to the side of the road. Looked, there was smoke coming up in this area here where you could see it on the exhaust strap. Smoke was coming up from here. I looked around for the leak. You could see in the video I point to this. I thought it was coming from underneath because this spins. I don't know if it's supposed to spin, but it does spin. And I thought maybe it was loose underneath, but there's, I guess that's a little weep hole or something. The oil was dripping out of that, dripping down here and causing smoke. I'd let it cool down. Not very long, was able to start it right back up, ride it a while further back towards home, and it did the same thing, shut down. Let it cool down a little bit longer, was able to get it a little bit further again, got to a shady spot, did some Googling and stuff like that. They said do not start it. I started pushing it home, as I explained a little bit earlier. Just couldn't do it, gave it a shot, got it home. Everything, nothing seemed to amiss with noise and this and that. Got it in the garage, and like I said before, somebody's gonna come and pick it up, and we're gonna get it back in shape. Okay, just wanted to add that. Cars and Coffee, Carbs and Coffee. Now that's an interesting seat.
build that bike that you want. You have the same head?
I have another FXR frame. I think I might put my shovel head in the FXR frame and build that. Right now I'm just trying to get the FXR situated. Just running real rich. Yeah, it has some. Yeah, it has some. That's it.
No, I thought the only problem with that is the
Yeah, we can't sit on other people's bikes. You had to sit on Bill's bike at least. That was cool. Yeah, that was cool. That was a big one.
She said, nah. Well, come on, stay with me, please. Come on, baby.
Well, we gotta look at the other ones. We haven't seen all of them yet.
I'm going to have like I have that other one that I built the shrouds for.
What's that?
And I want that to have its
You gotta look at the red one?
that
Alright,
if
let me
this
do
thing
something real
breaks
quick.
on the end of my
Cool.
If I had kicked it over there, he just so happens to have his own frame. Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites too. Even though the bike doesn't look anything like that. So this is still club style. This is just more 60s.
Yeah, no, I know.
Jordan.